This is Boxing Tickets NI. We're here at the final press conference for Walker Beach. It even feels weird saying that, Kurt. Obviously, first time headline, and obviously you've had the build up and that preparation. Does it still feel raw to you, sort of your headline in Ulster Hall on Saturday night?
Doesn't feel any different, honestly. Not yet. They maybe kick in today, maybe or the way in tomorrow, but nothing feels different. I've just went home, done everything normal. Haven't really thought about the fight, to be honest, but probably the day I'll start to switch on.
I guess you've been preparing sort of for this moment, obviously, since you turned pro, probably even before you turned pro. Like, obviously, the height you've obviously boxed at, even as an amateur in the Olympics and everything else. Like, obviously, you're always destined to sort of get to this stage, so it sort of doesn't seem any different to you that you're headlining the card. It's just like it's part of the process.
No, it's no different. I just have to go and perform like I've always tried to do, and my preparation has been great, so there's no reason why I can't. It's just about getting in, and hopefully this will be the start of big nights.
Obviously, H in the build-up sort of said he's seen something sort of different from you. It seems to be like a switch is sort of triggered. Like, what is it obviously about headlining and obviously your first title fight that sort of flicked the switch even more so for you now? Is it now that the belief in the sport that common boxing have in you that obviously has been rewarded back on yourself?
Yeah, I think it's massive when you have one person to train for 9 weeks. It makes a huge difference when you have a title on the line, when it's your show. You can't half-ass it because it's on you. You don't want to look bad or anything like that. So you have to be your best, to perform your best, and give everyone a good night, and just progress on after.
This is obviously the start of the big time for you. Obviously, the start of probably what you want to keep going. Like, have you started to obviously? We've spoke obviously before, in SSE and Windsor Park and stuff like that as well. Can you start to dream of bigger nights, or do you just have to sort of focus first and foremost on Saturday night before you can start dreaming of the bigger occasions?
I think maybe on Sunday when you get a taste of it, you can start to dream. But you always have to keep yourself grounded a bit. It's going to be a long process, but I'm ready for it. I'm looking forward to it, and winning this fight will give me big fights this year, I think.
DAZN back to back as well. Like, who would have thought? Like, obviously after the December, sort of, imagine not being back here, but DAZN still being here. Like, I sort of say when the announcement was made that obviously it was on DAZN. This is huge for Irish boxing. Like, it's probably the best bit of news we've had in years.
Yeah, it's massive. Not even just for me, for every fighter, it's massive because the reach that you get from fighting on DAZN is crazy. I think my first 2 years I wasn't even on TV, and then the last two fights I've been on DAZN, so things are working out well for me now, and I'm glad. But now, yeah, it's definitely a massive thing for every fighter on the card.
Obviously, James Beech has obviously had, two-time obviously British title challenger. He's sort of been where you're sort of aiming to go towards. Is it sort of on you to sort of, and I know Edge has said as well, you can maybe get a stoppage on Saturday night. Obviously, this is a sort of taste of where you sort of, are you dreaming of maybe the British title before then this year?
Yeah, 100%. I think when this fight puts my name in the hat for anyone, really, doesn't it? When you have a title, you have a lot more bargaining power. So we'll just win this fight on Saturday, and then we'll see what happens.
Featherweights have obviously been good to Irish boxing. Obviously, down the years, the last one I think Martin Lindsay, 2009, Barry McGuigan, obviously a previous British title holder, and a couple of the Kellys from the area direction. Like, I think you'd be the fifth. You'd be the fifth Irish British champion as well. Like, obviously, I would regard probably the British title as probably still been the best belt in boxing. So, has that always been a dream and a vision of you, obviously being a British champion?
Nah, it hasn't even. I haven't even thought about it, honestly. My only dream was to be an Olympian or to win an Olympic medal, and I never even looked past that ever until I signed pro, and then I didn't really have no goals. I just wanted to see how it went, but nothing really in professional boxing other than being a world champion was really my goal. It was always the Olympics.
Obviously, lifting your first title on Saturday night, where would that sort of rank? And obviously, your career obviously has an amateur and a pro. Like, I guess a lot's going to take. Obviously, the Olympics. Like, obviously, you were so close to obviously getting the medal there as well. Like, where do obviously a win on Saturday night rank at?
It'll probably be massive. It's kind of one of them ones you don't know until the next day and you think about it. But I've done some good stuff in the amateurs, a lot of gold medals and all, and some are brilliant times. But I think with having your own people here and headline the show on DAZN is going to be hard to beat, so it'll definitely be up there.
This is obviously your first time you're going to box in the same venue twice as a pro. Obviously, I think it was the ninth, obviously one in a row, obviously, last time around. What is it that's so special? Obviously, you've been there in Ulster Hall now, you've boxed in it. What is it that's so special? Like, I guess you've seen the main event, obviously, with Lewis and stuff the last time around, like walking out there and seeing the place packed. Like, would it be fair to say it'll probably be the best experience you sort of have as a pro so far?
Yeah, I'd say so. The Ulster Hall's brilliant for momentum. I think whenever a fight is going in for your favour, the momentum builds and you can hear it all around you. That's why it's such a good venue, and obviously I fought early last time. There wasn't that many people in, and there wasn't that much momentum either because the guy kept coming to take my head off. But in this fight, I think it'll make a huge difference.
Obviously, I just want to cast in the Olympics. Obviously, we've already 6 qualified now. Obviously, coming up, and obviously the last qualifier to go. It seems to be that obviously, even though a lot of the like yourself and Kieran and stuff moved away, it just seems to be that conveyor belt still going. Like obviously, there's potential. Obviously, gold medals coming again this summer for Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that conveyor belt will ever stop. I think Ireland's only getting better as well. And I'd be very, very surprised if there wasn't 1 or 2 gold medals in Paris.
I guess we're going to have this. I think by 2028, that it doesn't look like maybe Olympics at the minute it's going to be in this cycle. Like, is it probably going to be an exodus now? It's where we've seen that conveyor belt for years. Are we going to obviously lose the transition there? Where obviously they could have been, next gold medalists coming through.
Yeah, it'll change everything if they don't have it, which is very stupid. What are the boxers going to do? They're going to go pro when they're 18. There's not many opportunities to go pro. I believe you need to have some sort of something to kickstart you, or else you're fighting an uphill battle. But things might change, and I hope they do.
Obviously, just finally, want to touch on the fight with James Beech on Saturday night. How do you see the fight going? Is it sort of you don't really want to make predictions on obviously how it'll finish, just as long as you get the one?
No, I don't really want to make predictions. I've trained well, but I see me coming out as a better man, and I just don't think he has anything that can overpower me or overdo what I do. So I look forward to it.
And I guess the fruits of the labour will be obviously the training you've had with H over the last 2 years. That partnership's building up rightly, and he's a full belief in you as well. Obviously, that makes a massive part.
Yeah, definitely. We're starting to gel even more now. It doesn't happen overnight either. We've always gelled, personality-wise, but training-wise, sometimes I don't listen, and sometimes it sits in the back of your mind. And it's coming through now. So I think you'll see me a lot different fighter on Saturday night.
Definitely. Well, listen, thanks very much for your time. Obviously, I'm sure we'll catch up with you when obviously you won the belt on Saturday evening.